Metaphysics and Politics, a philosophical exploration of ideological foundations, Part 10. The culmination of metaphysical hierarchy. Aristocratic Imperium as radical traditionalism. As fascism illustrates a modernist response to materialist threats, elevating the nation-state as a transcendent organism to combat revolutionary communism while embedding a secularized spirituality, we arrive at the spectrum's final metaphysical extreme, Aristocratic Imperium, also termed Traditional Imperium or Radical Traditionalism. This ideology, while drawing from ancient esoteric traditions, crystallized in its modern form largely through post-World War II articulations, reflecting a rational reevaluation of wartime hierarchies amid the ruins of defeated regimes. Objectively, this post-war era's disillusionment with fascism's compromises, such as its populist elements and failure to fully restore primordial order, prompted thinkers to advocate pure, supranational visions of authority. Julius Evola, a key proponent, refined these ideas in works like Men Among Ruins, which applied his earlier philosophy to political reconstruction, critiquing modernity's egalitarian drifts and proposing an elitist imperium as a bulwark against both materialist collectivism and liberal individualism. Logically, this evolution underscores the spectrum's dialectical nature. Metaphysical ideologies adapt to historical failures, intensifying transcendent principles to envision societies aligned with eternal hierarchies. Metaphysically, Aristocratic Imperium is rooted in a perennial philosophy that perceives reality as a great chain of being, with cosmic hierarchy mirroring eternal transcendent principles drawn from ancient traditions. Influenced by Evola's magical idealism, it emphasizes esoteric initiation where differentiated individuals achieve unity with an absolute principle through ritual and self-mastery, rejecting rationalism or democracy in favor of a solar order of discipline and virility. This foundation assumes a teleological reversion to a golden age, opposing the Kali Yuga, dark age of modern decay. It is esoteric and pagan-leaning, incorporating elements from tantrism and hermeticism, allowing for divine hierarchies but prioritizing metaphysical aristocracy over organized theism. This posits that true meaning derives from alignment with immutable cosmic laws, enabling societal stability through innate spiritual qualities rather than material or electoral mechanisms, though it presupposes an elite capable of embodying such transcendence without descending into arbitrary rule. Socially and politically, Aristocratic Imperium structures society into rigid castes, spiritual warriors and aristocrats at the pinnacle, followed by producers and laborers, based on organic preformation or inherent metaphysical aptitudes, rather than mere heredity. The ruling elite, selected through initiation and proven transcendence, wields absolute authority in a supernatural imperium, anti-democratic and organic, where individuals fulfill roles within the hierarchy for collective purpose. Governance rejects nation-states for universal elitism, emphasizing metaphysical restoration over populist mobilization. Examples are theoretical, drawing from historical ideals like the Holy Roman Empire, but Evola's post-war writings positioned it as a blueprint for resisting Allied-imposed democracy. Logically, this assumes hierarchical differentiation fosters authentic order, countering modernity's chaos. However, it rationally requires voluntary submission or initiation to sustain cohesion, potentially challenging in pluralistic or resistance contexts. A critical aspect of Aristocratic Imperium's distinction lies in its post-war critique of fascism, as articulated by Evola's Fascism viewed from the right. In this work, Evola evaluates Italian fascism from a traditionalist perspective, acknowledging positive elements like its emphasis on state authority and anti-materialism, while outlining several reasoned criticisms for its failure to embody true right-wing principles. Evola argues that fascism was insufficiently hierarchical and aristocratic, compromising with modern democratic residues, such as mass mobilization and plebeian elements, which diluted its elitist potential and made it too populist, rather than rooted in esoteric initiation. He critiques its totalitarian tendencies as overreaching yet superficial, lacking the spiritual depth of a true imperium, instead adopting pragmatic materialist compromises that betrayed transcendent ideals. Logically, Evola views fascism's nationalism as too immanent and state-centric, critiquing it for not being right-wing enough and restoring primordial traditions, leading to weaknesses like bureaucratic inefficiency and failure to cultivate a genuine warrior aristocracy. Rationally, these points highlight fascism's historical contingencies, such as its reactive origins against communism, as barriers to metaphysical purity, positioning aristocratic imperium as a superior, uncompromised alternative. In broader distinctions, aristocratic imperium separates from fascism by prioritizing universal esoteric elitism over nationalistic populism, viewing the latter as contaminated by modernity. Versus theocratic monarchy, it is warrior-centric and beyond organized religion, critiquing clerical mediation for passivity. Compared to traditional liberalism, it rejects limited government for absolute hierarchy, subordinating individualism to cosmic roles. From the materialist end, it opposes communism's egalitarian determinism by affirming transcendent inequalities as natural law. Viewed objectively, aristocratic imperium's logical strengths include its provision of existential purpose through hierarchical transcendence, offering a framework for cultural revival in decadent eras, as Evola's post-war vision rationally addressed Europe's spiritual vacuum. Nonetheless, its esotericism may limit accessibility, risking exclusion or stagnation if elites falter, though its emphasis on initiation provides adaptive depth.